Okay, and you got hired for Carl Bauer, right?
Carl Bauer.
And you were only with him for like 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And you applied for the union job?
Mm-hmm.
Worked there for 3 months.
On a union job?
Yeah.
No, I was there longer. I was actually for the rest of my life, but I kept changing from different employers.
Well, I think that's maybe what it was. Thinking you were only with that employer for 3 months
Mm-hmm.
when you got into the union job, which... Who was your next employer after you got for the union job?
It was Henry S. Rao, R-A-U company.
Henry S. what?
Rao, R-A-U.
Okay, and you were only with him for like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
When you went to buy a house, it was a I think it's $750 down payment. Was that for the distance house?
That was for a distance house. Yeah, that's what we had to come up with.
And you lost your union job, so you just
Yep.
collected unemployment.
Which was like $35 a week.
And you went up and down the neighborhood to collect scraps and change?
Yeah.
And then you were unemployed for 2 months. You were called back by union.
Mm-hmm.
You went with William Pearson.
Yeah.
Who started his own business.
I was with him about 25 years.
Or over 30? Over 30 years you were with him? Or?
Yeah.
And at that time, Omi was working at Wagner's Ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
What was she doing before all that? Like when she first got here, what was her job?
She didn't have a job.
Oh,
She just was the
ran the household.
yeah. Taking care of the house.
This Wagner's Ballroom, that was her first job.
Yeah.
So William Pearson worked with nuclear power plants.
Mm-hmm. All over the country.
How did you go all over the country with them?
Yeah, I had a job in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, Alabama, all kinds of places. And some of the job classes lasted. I had in Alabama, no, in Michigan. In Michigan, I worked around the clock. That means 24 hours a day. And I had 105 employees to do this job with. And
What were you doing? Just painting the inside of the plants?
Had to be sandblasted. And the sandblast takes out any kind of farm dirt. And it had to also be quality controlled with our own heat and cooling system, because you cannot have any rust building on the surface itself.
In the inside walls?
The inside walls and cooling systems and whatever.
So you worked in nuclear power plants and
then I had enough.
So, but then, what, he got a contract to paint the high schools?
That was actually before.
Before?
Yeah.
So you did the power plants, but after that, but before the Taj Mahal?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, and when you did the high schools, that's how you found the Indian branch and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so did you just like quit the whole power plants, or
Basically, yeah.
but you were still with them? Like, how'd you get to the casinos again?
Well, how I got to them was to come down here and join this union down here, and then I got hired.
Oh, weren't you already part of the union?
Yeah. I joined the union when I worked in Philadelphia.
Oh, so was that union, the Philadelphia Union, the one with the schools and the power plants?
Yeah.
Then you quit that, and then you went to the New Jersey one and got hired to work the casinos?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What did you have to do for the casinos?
Hmm?
What did you have to do for the casinos?
I was the supervisor for the painters, decorators. Did I say paper hangers?
The what?
Paper hangers.
No, what's that?
That's people wallpaper up, which like I did here. And I worked there at the Taj Mahal, I worked there for 10 years. Until I retired.
What was your favorite job?
Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was a beautiful job. It's one of those things when you, my position,
Mm-hmm.
I would have as many people working under me. And any material, any types of material that I needed to do a job, I could just go and write an order slip, and 5 days later I was there. I never had to worry about
Because you were in charge.
paying for anything because the Taj Mahal took care of everything ahead of time. So it was a great job.
And do you want to say anything more about the M's, since they were such long-time friends? I mean, what was your first impression of Mr. and Mrs. M's?
Oh, they were very nice, well-educated, or well-rounded people. And Richard actually is the one that helped me to get a mortgage for this house.
Yeah.
Because he was vice president of the mortgage company. And
The mortgage department in the bank, or?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What else?
What about the kids? Crazy, or like they are still today, or?
Yeah, Ricky was always a problem. And I know that one time, Nana moved from North Jersey down here to South Jersey, which was the grandmother. And when after they moved down, Nana wanted to go to Hawaii all her life. And she finally got to do it, to go to Hawaii with Richard and Mary Ann and herself. And
So you were in charge of all the kids?
we were in charge of all the kids being in this house.
How was that?
And the first thing that Ricky did, he climbed out of the upstairs second bedroom window, broke a glass in the window, had to replace that. Then he was downstairs, he was kind of swinging a cane and broke a lamp. Well, he broke 2 lamps. And we were very glad to see Mary Ann Richard coming back. Because if they would have stayed much longer, we wouldn't have had any furniture left. And of course, Mary Ann.
So how was that? 7 children in your house?
It was not a problem because we were young and could handle it.
Where'd they all sleep?
Some slept on the floor, some slept in beds. And they were just not bad because it was summertime. And we could go outside, we could go down to the lake. And we actually had a pretty good time with them. Yeah.
So what about the girls? They no problem or?
No. There was no problem at all.
Any other memories you have with them?
I think that Mary Kate was very little.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't recall how old she was at that time.
When you first met the M's, was Kate born? Or
No. No, Mary Kate was born, like I think maybe 2 or 3 years after we started living here.
Mm-hmm.
And she was kind of the little kid that always wanted to be with the big kids. Very similar like Libby used to be. Because when the kids wanted to go up and play with the M's at the M's house, they would say something like, we're going to the IMS's. And then Debbie would chime in eventually, I want to go to the M's too, because you know who the IMS's became. And of course then she had to go, and Omi says, if you have to go and take her with you, because I think Mary Kate was younger yet. So she played with Mary Kate.
Mm. So what was life like when my mother went to college? There were just 2 in the house.
Well, your mother went to Temple in downtown Philadelphia, and she used to come home on weekends because she lived in a dorm with, I think, 3 other kids.
Mm-hmm.
And every time she came home, she had empty shopping bags. And when she left here, she barely could carry them. So that's how much she had in them. Because and the same thing with Gina. They always needed food, because of them. She fed them one time, and she says on 80 cents of groceries, which was mostly just those brown beans. That's all we have, beans and rolls. That was the dinner. Nobody else had money left because they spent it, and that's what they had to go and do.
So what was it like without her in the house?
It was actually very nice. You mean without Libby and your mother?
No, just my mother.
Oh,
Jen and Libby's still here.
yeah. Well, it was actually pretty calm and easy going around here. Libby had a job at Wawa in Collins Lake down here. And the one thing that happened, which I forgot to mention, Libby, Jennifer, and Gina, they all took turns working down in the campground behind the counter. And in those days, they had a lot of campers there. They were working full time and made money. And that was very good. And that's where Debbie Imps met Elmer and married him.
Hmm.
So
Did the M's work in there too?
they were not working there until our kids were done.
Oh.
They didn't have much time there, not like our kids,
Why is that?
because we occupied the working space already.
I know, but how'd you guys get first dibs over the M's?
Well, we went there and asked.
Oh.
I think Obi went down there and said, hey, listen, I got some girls here that need money, because they had people there that were not really suited for the job, because they always didn't have time to be there as much as they should have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Was there a time where it was just Libby in the house? And the other two were off in college?
well, Jennifer never left for college. She went to a school down in Linwood. No, not Linwood.
Mm-hmm.
Northfield.
Mm-hmm.
There was a special school where you went to learn all the goodies about how to be a secretary for a lawyer, or to be a what you call it? I can't think of it now. Yep. And we always had dogs,
Yeah, we talked about that.
did we?
Yeah. What is like one thing, one quality of each girl that you like about them?
Well, I would say, first of all, number one, they're all very smart. They always were good students. They always, when they had a report that needed signing by the parents, especially Jennifer, used to come to me and she says, you don't have to read my report, but I need it signed. So could you sign? Because Mom already read everything. Everything is okay. Because she liked the way I signed, because she says I had the penmanship like a doctor. Can't really identify. I was just a sloppy signer. Oh. But to give them special recognition for what they were doing,
Or like what was your favorite memory with each girl? Or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Well, Regina was always a good girl. She never did anything wrong. She was always a good student. And she learned how to play the flute. And when Oakhurst High School split into two schools, all your brass seemed to be going to one side, the side that became Absegami. And actually the band had 112 marching members, just instruments. And that was really a big band, and it was a good band. We had a lot of fun. Omi and I were advisors for the band. Omi for 2 years, and I stayed for 10 years. And
So about Jen, what's one thing, one memory you have that's really special to you?
Jennifer, Tobias tried like mad.
She what?
I said Tobias, who was the band writer,
Yeah.
tried like mad to get her into the
Band?
band front, because she was tall and she was pretty, and he didn't care about what else she was doing, but he wanted somebody that makes an impressive looks. And but Jennifer told him, "You're not getting me into that band." But Jennifer came around every time we had a football game, because Steve was one of the football players. And Jennifer was always there to support.
Mm-hmm.
And Libby, I have to stay with the band because Libby became, after one freshman year, when he was a sophomore, she became drum major. And she was drum major for 3 years. And she also had she was tall and slender and pretty. And that was Tobias's pick, you know. Yeah. And now we are all old and retired. Just sitting in a chair. Yeah. Actually, I have, of all three of them, good memories. They never caused any real problem.
Well, I mean, like you said, Libby was your gardener. What was Jen and
Yeah.
Regina to you?
Jennifer didn't want to get dirty. As a matter of fact, she also had a knack
She had a what?
a knack of disappearing when somebody had to go do the dishes after, because the three girls had to share that job. And Jennifer was always in the bathroom, in the toilet. Can you come out now? And of course, Regina and Debbie were mad at that. They didn't care for it too much. But that was really funny. It was funny. Did I do the segment about the horse?
Yeah.
Okay. And Omi taught them how to cook, how to sew.
Did you teach him anything?
Yeah, I taught him ice skating.
Hmm.
They were into sports, so
So what about like when Alma visited here? How was that? And any
that's a good question.
any fond memories with them and the kids?
Oh, she adores the girls.
Did she come over with presents for them?
I mean, she saved up money just to pay for her fare,
Mm-hmm.
which was not easy because she didn't make that much money either. She had a job in a factory where she did all the cleaning for the like the president, vice president. They hired
So what was it like when
position.
she was around? Because I know she stayed for like 6 months.
When she was around.
She was what?
I said when she was around. Well, number one, she liked to smoke. And of course our girls didn't smoke. So, in order to hide it, she went upstairs in the first bedroom, which actually was Regina's room. But Regina had to vacate it because Alma was there.
Mm-hmm.
And she would go by the window screen. By the screen, she would light up and
Blow outside.
blow the smoke outside by the window screen. That was Alma. And she went to Gimbel's. Used to be a department store, and it wasn't too far to walk. And she used to go there almost every day to parade Libby when she was still a baby, because she came as soon as we had a baby. He was over here, and
So she went to Gimbals and then what? With Libby?
with Libby. And when Libby got to be a little bit older, somebody asked her, where were you born? She said, at Gimbel's. Like she spent so much time there.
What did she do at Gimbals, Alma?
She had a stroller and just walked back and forth.
She didn't buy anything, she just...
Yeah, she went one time. She went to buy a picture frame because of a picture that she wanted that I took, I guess, that she wanted to go and take to Germany with her. And then she decided the next day to get a second frame. Now, the first frame was like $750, well, not very expensive, $750. And the second day when she came for the other frame, same type of frame, everything the same, she wanted. And that one was $795. And so Alma, she looked around and she finally found a sales girl, and she says, in German. The sales girl didn't understand any. But somehow Alma got through to her to tell her that she is not going to pay the extra 50 cents. she wants the frame for the same price that you got the other frame the day before. And she was hassling with them, and she got madder and madder, and she finally got them to change the price. That was Alma. And when Regina was like 2 years old,
And you were still in Philly?
we were still in Philly. Because maybe no, she was like 4 years old. We already had moved because we were in a Distance Street house.
Mm-hmm.
We in those days, you put kids in a car, they were just standing on the seat next to you. And it seemed to be okay in those days, but in the meantime, they got wiser. And we were going up the hill, and all of a sudden Gina screams out, "Pofo fist!" I said, "What is that? What did you just say?" She says, "Pofo fist." And I couldn't figure out what she meant. But then the next time I came by, she went again, "Pofo fist." Post office. We went past the post office here in Hammond, and she just wanted to point out to me that she knew where we were, Regina. Yeah.
So did your girls really talk to Alma? Like, did they know German or
Mm-hmm.
enough to get by with?
Yeah. Yes, they talked German. Regina better than the rest.
Yeah.
Because she was older and had more time to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer and Lyric. But they got enough to understand each other. Yeah.
So, like, what'd you guys do when she came in the summertime?
Well, it was easier well, she never came when we were in Philadelphia. She always came when we were, after we moved. And I think we took her to places that the kids were happy with. So we took her to the Philadelphia Zoo.
What'd you think about that?
It was not quite as elaborate as the one in Hamburg. And Regina had a ponytail going down to her shoulder. And all of a sudden we went near the petting place where you can go and pet the young animals. And the cow was, Regina was like this. The cow had her entire ponytail in her mouth, sucking on it. So we had to go and rescue her. And of course, that's always a complete day that's shot when you go to the zoo because there's so much to see.
Mm-hmm.
And we went a lot to the seashore. We used to go to Philadelphia, past the Pike, coming through Fulton, all the way down to Ocean City. And we spent a lot of summer days at Ocean City. And one time we came home, and there was always lots of traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And Omi and I, of course, were sitting in the front, and Regina sitting in the back. And she took off her panty and held it out of the window. That's what Regina did.
So you took Alma down to the beach too?
She was just. I don't even know if she came down with us. I think she stayed home, and I think maybe Libby was too small yet to go to the beach.
She would watch her?
Yeah. Those were the days. Do you feel we have enough to end
Yeah, probably.
the book?
You want it done, don't you?
Hmm?